O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness and ignorance to light and illumination. Lead us from death to immortality, and evermore shine in our hearts with thy resplendent face. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us. So, we were reading the chapter of detachment. And what we have read, very simple few of verses, which give the idea that this book is only for that type of student who thinks that I am not totally liberated and not totally in bondage. No, I am in bondage. I want to be liberated. This type of conviction is there in the mind of a person, and also thinks that I am not a knower of knowledge, but at the same time I am not an idiot or a fool. I have some idea of what is truth and what is realization. That type of person is become fit for studying the scripture that was on page 5. And then you have books or you have no books? Okay. But this type of tendency does not appear in the heart of a person unless God's grace is thereupon. There is no desire, there will be no desire to be free from the bondage of life. If you talk to people who are involved into the worldly affair and talk about God, Brahman, Atman, they will feel disgusted. That's why it is God's grace is necessary. That is on page 9. Until one receives the direct grace of the Supreme Lord, one cannot take refuge either in the Guru, Sadguru, or in the noble scriptures, the Vedanta. Thinking that even the books are there, even the teachers are there, but unless that person has such pure karma that bless him or guide him to study the scripture or to go to the spiritual teacher for knowledge and illumination. And the 4th verse on page 11 also said, only from a sailor one can obtain a sturdy boat. You want to cross the ocean of this life and death, so you need a sturdy boat. But who can give you the sturdy boat? Only a good sailor knows what is a sturdy boat, what is a flimsy boat. So, just so from the teacher who has attained this knowledge of truth, that type of teacher one can attain by the ways and means to cross the ocean of this worldliness. So, that means you have to go to a teacher who knows the spiritual to know the spiritual truth. So that was the 4th verse on page 11. And then we read verse number 5, that page 14, which is very important, that this samsara, this world and worldliness, it is dirgha rogasya. It is like a chronic disease. This world and worldliness is a chronic disease because it has started when it does not cure. You give one dose of medicine, it may reduce its impact and then again comes back, like the aches and pains of the body. You take some painkiller, it gives some little relief and again pain remains. It's a chronic disease. So this world and worldliness is a chronic disease. So it has samsaro dirgharogasya. What is the medicine? Medicine is suvichara maha aushadam. only very firm, strong analysis. What is permanent, what is impermanent, what is real, what is unreal. Unless that type of very strong analysis is done, suvichara is the only sure medicine for this long-standing, long-lasting disease of worldliness. And ko aham, what is that? This question. Who am I? Kasyacha samsara. Whose is this world we are said that is our family, our home, our this and that. That's on page 15. 1-5. So, so at the top, through discrimination alone, what is the discrimination? That discrimination, go and share with somebody. So, samsara, vivekana viliyate, only by viveka, by discrimination, this type of samsara gets dissolved. So this is an important point, that if we want to get rid of this disease of world and worldliness, which is a chronic disease, samskara is so deep, our old impressions in the mind are so embedded, to uproot them is very difficult. So what is the way? Only medicine. What is the medicine? Medicine is only suvichara. Vichara is analysis, vicharo is discrimination, vichara means viveka, sadasat, vichara. And that without that vichara, without that medicine, and also this vichara, that koham, who am I? And kosacha samsara, I say my home, my family, my friend, my relation, all these things, whose is this? You have to analyze this, only that only helps us. So, through this discrimination alone, what is that? Who am I? Whose are these worldly bondage? I am connected with everyone, and I cry and weep. Or we feel rejoice by being close to our friends and relatives, and we also feel dejected when you lose them. So, whose is this samsara? Who? Who is that? I. Who am I really? And this is called the real analysis. And that discrimination or vichara, that's the path of knowledge. And without that discrimination, and not to accept anything because book says that. So using the brain, intellect to analyze this, that is the only disease can be cured by this medicine. So the medicine of curing this so big disease, the chronic disease of our world and worldliness is given here by only knowing who am I, why am I here, or what is the truth, that idea, and also whose samsara? The body's samsara, or the mind does the samsara? My, me, mine, my world, my responsibility, my duties, and then engaging into the world and worldliness, but forgetting my duty, my real understanding should be about my real self. So that is the vichara. And that is to be, vichara has been made in the page 16. You go there, you'll find that 5 types of discrimination here mentioned, though main discrimination is the same, but 5 types. To artha anartha, that means what is valuable. Analyze every day what is valuable in my life, what is valueless, less value, what is more valuable in my life. I attain this, I accomplish this, isn't a value. Or no, this is no value because it is ultimately it is valueless. So to think what is valuable, what is valueless. Second point, saro, asaro, which is essential in life. What is essential in our existence and what is non-essential. Third one, heya upadeya, that means which is acceptable. Is it acceptable or it is rejectable? Acceptable for me if it brings eternal life. rejectable if it takes us to the path of worldliness and momentariness and little pettiness. So this is third. Fourth is pramana tatparja nirikshana. Pramana tatparja nirikshana. Pramana means the proof, resulting in observing the significance and method of knowledge. How we are getting the knowledge of the external object. So that, and what are the proof of those experiences. So analyzing that, then that is the another description. And fifth is that it is called the Atma Tattva Nirikshana Vichara. That vichara, that analysis, which after doing analysis, that is does that Atma Tattva Nirikshana. What is the truth of the self? To observe that, to see that, to focus on that. By, it is not through the eyes, but to the fine, pure intellect, to see what is my self. So these are the 5 types of analysis. Now we read the verse, 6th verse on page 17. One should direct all his efforts towards obtaining holy association. Again, this will not come. Ishwar Kripa comes only by holy company. Suddenly you may say in your life, someone graciously faces and guesses Guru. And that is a fortune. Only by God's grace that comes, and also by holy company. And therefore, one should make an effort to have holy company. So, 6th verse says, Yasmin deshe hitattaggo, Yasmin deshe hitattaggo, Nasti shajjana padapaha, Nasti shajjana padapaha, Safala sitalachayo, Safala sitalachayo, Natatra divasang vashet, Natatra divasang vashet. What? Just mean they say in this country. Don't go to a country. This is a very strong decision. We cannot do that in modern age. You don't go to that country. Just mean they say, he tattaggo nasti. There is no man of realization. See, the ancient culture of India was so profound that they discard the society. If that society does not carry on his helm one knower of truth. That's why ancient India is so great. That's why Swamiji said that religion is not the cry of India. Food is the cry of India. Give them, they have their religion. They will come out. Because their whole attention is gone to the stomach, empty stomach. That's why no further inquiry into that. But it is there. So, just mean they say, you go into any holy place, any place. Holy place is not holy if you don't find one Brahmajnani person there, or a person who is illumined in the spirit of divine. So, just mean they say, he tattaggo nasti. There is no knower of truth. Don't go there. And there is no sajjana pada. Sajjana means good person. Padava means tree. Sapala with fruits. That means earlier days people used to go. It is for the mostly for the monastics. So they used to go to a place where there is a cool shade and also fruits available, not to go to purchase. You can pluck fruits from the trees. Sajjana padava. And sitala chaya, cool shade. Tatra, there one should not even stay for a day. Meaning, 2 things. For physical minimum needs, you have some cool shade, 1 point, and fruits to eat something. Minimum physical thing. But most important, tattaggo, a knower of truth, or one person who is spiritually illumined. That type of person is not available. Don't go there. Even don't stay there. Even if you go, don't stay there for one night. Because these people live their whole life by going from one place to another. That's why people go to Himalayas. Why the glory of Himalayas? Many people think I will go to Rishikesh, I will go to Uttarakhand. Because age-old tradition has been created that holy people live over there. You may not, if you go there, maybe sometimes frustrated, but there are holy people. You can find them. They hide themselves. But in 1960s, people used to think that India means all holy people are, all Brahmogyanis running, walking here and there. So anyhow, but there are people, even then, that you say that go to that place where there are holy people, where there is little shanti. You don't go to a place where always there is, what you call, a situation where mind is distracted, people are quarreling with each other, there is one is poking others to get irritated. All this nonsense is not there. You want to be spiritual, what is your purpose? So this is the thing, getting higher spirituality, forget that. Maintain this basic principle to learn from the holy people, Tattagga, spiritual people, so that you learn that how to detach, how to engross in God consciousness. Or if you don't find, go to another place, don't stay there. Go to another place where you get a good such spiritual person. So that is the instruction. The person, page 18, the person yearning for liberation, mumukshu. We are reading for that. We have read that that person is a real mumuksha, desire comes by God's grace. And then they go to a teacher. And God, teacher also is available in life. Good teacher comes in life by God's grace only. And to do that, you go for satsanga. And that satsanga, holy company, is now eulogized. So it says, the person yearning for liberation, who wants to have liberation, should not spend even a single day in the place where a holy man and a real knower of truth, who like a cool shade and fruit bearing tree is lacking. I have made it two separate sentences, but here is made that holy man is like the cool shade. The holy man is like a good fruit. Because what? Holy man gives the food of the, not of the stomach, but of the mind, of purification of the mind. But have you that eye to get that purification? Or you go to a holy man and you can use it like a, like a, what do you call, ordinary idiot. He said that no, that's why you should have to have that skill to know, extract from the holy person what is there. Unless you have that purity of the heart, you will misuse. That's why the story of Ramakrishna goes, that there was a gem and people didn't understand. And then the owner of the jewel sent it to his servant to a eggplant seller and said, okay, go and don't give it, but see how much they give. So eggplant seller said, I can give you how much? 7 shares or 3.5 shares? How much? Huh? 7 shares or something. I will give you 7 pound or 8 pound of eggplant. But they give a little more. But no, I am giving you. You are already 8 pound I am giving for the jewel. But he does not understand jewel. And then he went, okay, go to a cloth merchant. And that cloth merchant said, I will give you 8 costly saris or 10 saris. And then he came back and reported. Then he said, okay, go to a jeweler now. And they said, I will give you 7 million or 700. That means to utilize it. And Holy Mother said also, to understand holy people is very difficult unless you are prepared for that. You will misuse it. Most of the people do that mistake. The Holy Mother said there was a jewel and on the steps leading to the ghat, leading to the pond or to the reservoir. Everyone is to come to fetch water, and they is to rub their feet. Huh? What do you call? We rub clean your feet by rubbing on a stone. We do it here by what do you call the sponge. Huh? Scrubber, scrub. So they used to do like that. But one day someone understood, oh my God, it's a jewel. Huh? So to recognize holiness in others needs holiness here. And that is very important, as has been described here, that the liberation, the holy people will be like that. Go there, take shelter there, and fill your heart full of divine thoughts. That's why here note has been given, a person burnt by the note 7 on page 18. Scorching sun. Scorching sun of what? Worldliness. Not that physical sun. And exhausted, totally exhausted in life, and hungry, find peace under the very cool shade of the tree, and eating the ripened fruits of the tree feels fully contented. Similarly, a person burned by the 3 types of worldly suffering. What are the 3 types? No. Adhyatmic, it's related to my own creation. Adhi-doivik, adi-bhautik. The trouble and pain created by other. By me, I have created my own problem. I didn't create, someone creates for me. Or some calamity like North Carolina is going on now. Now the Trabuco went on that day. Now Santa Barbara was on that day. So this type of 3 types of calamities, so that is here referred. A person bound by the 3 types of worldly sufferings, after reaching the shelter of a great soul, finds peace and full satisfaction by receiving his instructions. And the suffering of the aspirant for endless births dissolved forever after receiving the instructions from the knower of the truth, who knows the essential meaning of thou and that. That means they know, they have experienced themselves and they know what is the real analysis. It is thou art that, or who I am, who am I, that one. One should never associate with evil company. You know, that's a very great warning for all spiritual seekers. Don't have in the bad company. Don't go, not only try to be in holy company, even if you don't go to holy company, don't go to a bad company. The Bhakti Sutra says, Dussanga sarvataiva tajya. Dussanga means bad association. What is bad? Bad association means where there is only worldly talk, where there is politics, where there is day and night talking about money, way, this, that, chit, chat and gossip. Don't go there. Don't participate into that. Because that is good for living in the world. But we try to be spiritual. Already we have enough garbage here. Not to add more gossip there. So therefore be very careful. That's why rather go to the holy company. If you cannot get a holy company, this verse is very important. Next verse, you see, which is the explanation of the verse number 6. Nissangata muktipadang jatinam sangat ashesha prabhavanti dosha arura jogopi nipati ete adhaha sangena yogi kimutal siddhi. But the monks being away from others' company is the only gateway to liberation. Giving up the company of the people who are extroverted and attached to the sense objects is true non-association. That means you live in the world, don't hate anyone, but know which friend inspires you to think of God. Which person, your most dear person maybe, if he or she does not allow you to think of God, avoid that sangha. Be brutal. Be little strong. Because that is destroying your spiritual life. Who is more destructive? Someone takes away your $10 or who destroys your spirituality. So be careful for this. That is the suggestion here. So nishangata. Nishangatang muktipadam. If you don't get any sangha, be alone. Be monks, that's why you always want to be in their own. You do not meditate, you sleep, but you be your own. Don't get into an association where day and night talking about ills of others or negativity of the what is going on. In the world we need, how much news you need. There are people whole day sitting before the channel number, what is called, so many channels. They don't they are not satisfied in listening to one channel and goes to the same information what the other channel, what they analyze and this and that. What is this whole day going on with what? If you are a job earner, you do that. But if you are not job earner, a little bit information is necessary. Finish. Rather go to a friend who talks about God, where you can get inspiration. Call to a friend. Call a friend. Spend 10 minutes on your phone. Rather than going to chit-chat with many unnecessary things. So this is a serious book. You have to understand, it's a serious book. Serious seekers of truth. These are the path for serious seekers of truth. Those who are not that serious, okay. Not necessary. Do whatever you like. Your life is your life. Who is forcing you to do anything? But if you want this realization, you should be careful. After your duties, after your office work, after your what is you have to commit, you have to do. After that. Even in that action, how can you detach and do? That's a different thing. To be in the world is not the problem. To be attached is the problem. Our all problem is in attachment. And all problem is not learning to detach. And not only I want to detach, but I make you attach. That is the way of the world. So this is called bad company. Try to avoid. So it says that giving up the company of the people who are extroverted. You are not to judge who is extroverted, but that makes you extroverted. Be careful from there. I am not saying that you go on judging people who is extrovert, who is watching TV, who is gossiping. It's not our business. Their life is their life. But I, as a student of Vedanta, what shall I do? My life is important. I have my own responsibility for my life. What to do? So this is for sincere student, how one will try to avoid them. Endless types of vice, like lust and the like, arise out of association of the people who are attached to the worldly objects. No? A holy person inspires holiness. A worldly person inspires worldliness. Is it not? When you see something very auspicious, and suppose in YouTube and this and that, so many things good and bad is there. Just test yourself. You see one very inspirational, some YouTube, and you spend your time in some vulgar something for some time. See how your mind gets associated and what net result of that. Check it. So avoid that. These are association of people, because that endless types of vice is there in the world. To disassociate and to go for holiness, holy company. That company even degrades the person of strong discrimination. Arudha yogopi. Those who have arudha, Gita's Uddhaya. Arudhasya, 6th chapter. Munir Yoga. Those who have arudha, they have attained, even accomplished yogis. If they come into the unholy association, tatati their mind is pulled down. Desire pulls you down. So even the worldly talk, we may not understand that because we have not reached that level of inner purity. So if it happens, Ramakrishna was an example. someone is talking something worldly, Ramakrishna is feeling as if someone is with a saw blade cutting his head. That pain. You see, this is scripture. We want to understand an example. Look at that. Ramakrishna is our example. We cannot be that. But we should feel, no, it is my wastage of my time. It is destroying me, this bad association, if it is not taking us to Godward or inspiring us to think about God. So even you are at it, he says, you see, many yogis fall. Why the yogis fall? Why the last temptation? Even in life of Christ and Buddhas, there is a temptation. And many succumb to that, and what happens? Fall down. Nothing wrong, another life will go. Then come back another life will go. What is there in it? Infinite life. We have passed infinite life according to Hindu faith, a Buddhistic faith. It will go another 20 months. What is there in it? Born again, cry again, weep again, go to school, learn this and go for job and fight and this and that, earn money and this and that, and go to bad association, again do this and again come, again go, again gossip, again go. Go on. There is no one is stopping you. But don't be a cause of anyone's fall. Neither you be a victim of anyone's whims. A very serious spiritual seeker will have to be aware of that. That's why this verse is, all the scriptures talk about holy association. Meaning what? Holy association lifts our mind from this mundane to the high. And you go to an evil association. Not that man looks evil. It's very sweet maybe. Very intelligent maybe. But every moment pulling you down into the worldliness and thought. You stay there 10 days, you see how down you have gone. And you feel yourself that you are an idiot. You don't know anything. Your spirituality is being destroyed. So it is a damaging thing. So we should be very careful. This scripture is helping us to understand. With fruits means one who is expert. That company even degrades the person of strong discrimination. What to speak of an ordinary aspirant like us, no? Don't feel that you are so strong. Okay, you can listen. You can do, go to all people and listen whatever they say. It's nothing. I know it is all. I will not listen. I will not take. He will take. It will grab. We have what you call in the blood. There are receptors. No. Huh? In the bloodstream, there are receptors. Is it not? No, they are not agreeing with me. Yes. Receptors.
Yes.
You take 5 medicines. All the receptors are watching. Who will eat what? Who will grab? Is it not? So the receptors, we have some receptivity inside. Our receptors are old sanskaras are already there. If I see anything negative, I grab it again. Ha 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 ha. They get a feast. The receptors get good feast. The negative receptors are also there. Positive receptors are there. So, holy association is like a positive receptor. They boost our spiritual tendencies, and evil receptors, they drag us, pull us down into the worldliness and this worthless life again and again. No? So, therefore, it is very important to be aware of this. And we should not, we will, as I said again, please don't misunderstand that for this we will have to start hating everyone. No. You don't be vulnerable to that. You learn your way to escape that. You make your friends where your spirituality is reached. You don't get it, say hello, how are you, nice, get out. You have to be intelligent, live in the world, and not to hurt anyone. I am not to hurt, I am not to judge. But your feeling does not inspire me. Therefore, I am weak. Okay, let me be weak. You be strong, you stay. So that much analysis, that discrimination is necessary. Because even accomplished yogis fall because of bad association. That's why in the Bhagavad it says Uddhav. When Uddhava, we are reading Bhagavad, there is a place where Uddhava, Krishna, Sri Krishna, was going for giving up everything. He knew that his days are come, his work is done, so he will give up the body. So he was going out to leaving the Dwarka. He was going. Then Uddhava came, and Uddhava said Uddhava was his companion. Day and night he used to serve Krishna and like a companion. Uddhava then started talking, "O Krishna, you say that you will not live in the world. What is my living here, but here? I also don't want to live here. Let me die. Let me follow your path." But what Krishna says? Well, no. Tvam tu sarvan parityajya is a beautiful verse of the Bhagavat, not Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavat, what we are reading. Tvam tu, you, but sarvan parityajya. Leave up everything like a monk. Disassociate. Live in the world, disassociate. Sarvan parityajya. Tvam tu sarvan parityajya. Sajana, grihan sajana bandhusu. Your home, your sajana, your own relatives, friends, association of them, sajana bandhusu. Then you, with this knowledge you have got with me so many years, with that knowledge, samadrik, try to see the oneness that is Brahman everywhere. Vicharasagam, go wander around the world. Why? Because your presence, your life will inspire others, this sadhu. If one can really totally renounce all association with the world and worldliness, detach from everything, that's the last message. It's the last message of Krishna. Tam tu sarvan parityajya grihan sajana bandhusu. You give up all this association, detach. And with my presence you have learned this. Now you roam around in the world, detached totally, with the eye of equanimity. That means you be an inspiration, you be a sadhu, roaming. That's why in India it is called sadhu, is appreciated so much. They say that everything purifies. You worship a picture of, oh, it is God. No? You worship a stone, you say, oh, it is Shiva. But by worshipping that, you get your spirituality grow little by little, little by little. But if you have a good holy association, it spontaneously purifies you. That's the glory of holy company. But we have to be receptor of that. Receptivity is the question. So, to detach from bad association is a very important factor in growth of spiritual life. One way we come here meditation, and then we go and watch the television all the time, 8-10 hours. What you have done here, you are just doing the opposite. That's why it is said, just after meditation, when you are going, you work 1 hour to calm down the disturbed mind, to be peaceful, to think about God little. After 1 hour you come out and then talk about all the nonsense things of the world. What you are doing? What you did, you are just destroying that. That is bad association. That's why Brahmananda says, no? After just giving up your seat, sing a song, read a few lines of your inspirational book, which can give you, keep that spirit, what you contain, let it flow like that for some time at least. So that is called bad association. So be very careful. Spiritual life is for that's why called Kshurasadhara Nishita. It is like walking on the razor, because every point, if we are not careful, it drags us down. It is like gravitational pull. You want to get up and it is always pulling you down. So pull will be there, but we should not have to succumb to that pull. So this is the holy company. The glory of the That place, now, with fruits means one who is expert in finding the means of attaining Brahma Jnana. That means you go to a holy company, and as I said, don't talk about stock market with him. He will be a failure, and he is a failure. He has no money, he does not know how to invest, and he gives you instruction, then you fall into the ditch. But to go to a holy man, ask about God only. Don't talk about other things. AJ, that's the fruits. What are the fruits? Means one who is expert in finding the means of attaining Brahmagyan. That is the fruit. You tap that. You go to the honeycomb and tap in right place so that honey comes out. If you put in wrong place, what will happen? The stinging of the honey bees will be there. So, cool shade means the knowledge which bestows peace to one who rests in shelter. Huh? What you go to a holy man, take the coolness, how calm and serene. That serenity should be absorbed. That peace, inner peace, is to be absorbed. Don't go to a person who is mad and all the time jumping in ego and pride and so what will you learn? You will learn jumping like that. It may give you levitation, but not but not any spiritual peace. And knower of the truth means Tattva Jnana, means one who has realized Brahman. That place where one can get this type of association is never a convenient dwelling for the person yearning for liberation. That place where one cannot get this. Huh? So go to a place where you get all these things. If you don't get it, don't go there. Rather, be alone. Be yourself. That's why it is called Satsangatte Nishangattam. If you don't get satsanga, nishanga, I don't need anybody. Be in yourself. Think of God, sing song, write something. You're a writer, you're a poet, you are whatever creativity, do your creativity. Be alone. And don't spoil your time with garbage and where you don't find anything spiritually uplifting. So this is the instruction here. So holy company is so much appreciated, and evil company has been so much negatively spoken about, to bring our awareness that we are all spiritual seekers. If we don't pay attention to this thing, what is happening on one side, you are accumulating $10 after whole day's work, and in the evening you give away $15. So your old stock is also going away. What you gain today in your spiritual practice, that is also destroyed. Not only that is gone, and you are removing your good sanskaras are being again enhancing. I touched it here. I have touched it here. That's why the noise. It is coming to a close. Yeah.
Don't lift up my rose.
Oh.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know it is here. Ooh. That's now.
Okay, the rose.
Yeah. Yes, I was getting. The microphone is getting enthusiastic. Now the 7th verse. Yeah. Yes.
What about in situations where you can't avoid people, like at work or maybe family member or roommate or something?
Yeah, that's true. Very difficult. But what best we can do, we'll have to do. Some married people, what they will do? They will live whole life. What can you do? How to live, we'll have to find out, or separate. I don't say get separated, but the point is that you will have to learn how to live. And really it is difficult. And really it is difficult. It is unavoidable. We have to learn how we live there, but don't get absorbed into those ideas. You have to put what you call earplug. It is difficult, very difficult. If you have to live, there is no way escape. And then to not getting spiritual boosting, what can you do? You can cry to God. Oh Lord, please help me. Even you pray, it does not work sometimes. But That is the only way. What can you do? That's our life's testing ground. But it is true, it is also said that by constant prayer and things, God can make a way out. Its intensity may be less sometimes, maybe more. But if we are aware and if we really want, then sincere prayer can help. Little intelligence, how to avoid such discussion, how to digress that point of discussion into something meaningful. Yeah.
I see it as more of a challenge, coming from a Bhakti point of view, seeing an extrovert or somebody who's talking politics or something, seeing the God within them and just staying at peace.
Yeah, that also. That's another way. He said, "Oh Lord, you are teaching me this. You are making me a testing today. Too much test. Too much test going on. Sometimes that makes you cry to God. That will give you a solution maybe in God's hand. But if we are sincere, probably sometime it will be unbearable, but sometime it will happen. That's the test. And bhakti, as you said, whatever is coming from anyone, no one is giving me anything. Two ways we can think. My karma is bringing it back to me. I did it in some life probably to somebody. That's why it is coming back to me. My karma, taking the whole responsibility. Or we can say, this is the way God is there also. So He's teaching me something out of this. What can I learn out of it? But sometimes it is really, really impossible. But you have to bear with it by prayer, by analysis, by whatever, not accepting. Whatever someone is talking, you may not have to accept everything. But the main thing we have to pay attention, yes, this is a testing, God testing me. And they say it is too much test, oh Lord, please help me. Or because of God's presence, this is happening. There is a meaning, higher meaning. Karma theory says this: my karma is being wiped out by this way, making me feeling that.
Maharaj, it is easier for me, at least what I understand. Cry to mother.
Yeah, that will be best thing. That means you have the faith that mother is there and mother can take care of it. And yes, I am there. I am a child. So any attitude, anything that helps. Now the seventh verse, the glory of the holy association is again sung here. What is that? Sada santo abhigantabhya, sada santo abhigantabhya, yadi opi upadishantina, yadi opi upadishantina, yahi shaira kathastesham, yahi shaira kathastesham, upadesha bhavantitaha, upadesha bhavantitaha. It is given that we are talking about, go to a holy man who talks about God, inspires you. There may be some holy people who can test you. They will be talking all mundane talks. There is a story that there is a holy man used to live, and so many people started coming day and night. He got very frustrated. Don't get any private time. We call, I need some privacy. We all need in our life privacy. But if someone includes and day and night one goes, another comes, another comes, another comes. So he thought, oh my God, how to escape from it? So he used to live in an area, isolated area in a cave, and people come from morning till night. So he has no personal time. So he wanted. Sadhus want their private time. That's why they have become monk. They want to live within themselves. It is lonely. It's not loneliness. Loneliness, people are frightened. But real sadhus will like loneliness. I want to be myself. So he was trying to do that. But people started coming. So he thought what to do. He got a very crude idea. Okay, they love me as a sadhu. Okay. So he went to the meat shop and purchased so many bones of meat bones in the restaurant or somewhere, and came and threw away around his uh, cottage where he used to live, and all everywhere is chicken bone and this bone and that bone. Next day, those who are coming enthusiastically, at the very beginning, and they came and they found, oh my God, this sadhu is eating this. So he left and left and left. So then he got his own time. So sometimes good sadhus may do that. So it's yada, sada, santo abhigantava. Always you go to a holy man. Jodiyopi upodishantina. Even if he does not say anything, he may be silent. You go to many holy people, they don't talk. You just go to them, you sit sometime and come out. They don't talk much. So even if he does not say anything, Athava, otherwise, yahi shaira katha. Whatever the ordinary mundane talk, even they talk, that can be a source of your upadesha, advice in your life. What through joking way or inadvertent way he speaks out. For a sincere spiritual seeker can find some instruction out of that. So this is the importance of holy sangha, even if they don't talk about highly spiritual topics all the time. So go to them, because page 20, even if the holy men do not instruct, still one should always go near them and serve them, because even their ordinary and spontaneous utterances become spiritual instructions. Mahidhar says, even if the holy men do not instruct, it is always necessary to serve them. Their spontaneous conversations, note 8 will say, are like spiritual instructions. The inner meaning of this is that the great souls spontaneously spend their time conversing about Brahman. He is giving a higher explanation, meaning that their conversation is always, go to Ramakrishna, who find anything, any other word than God. Read the gospel. All the time what he is speaking. Swami Brahman, if you go, you can go there, he will not speak. You can sit for half an hour and go. He is in his mood. Or sometimes he is talking something. So that whatever may be the condition, this type of spiritual people, if we have any opportunity to go, just to have their association, it itself will bring good. So note 8 says, even if one does not receive direct instruction, you do this. You analyze your life this way. This is the discrimination. Or the truth is this. These are our obstacles of life. Normal conversation with a sadhu or a holy man should be like that. If it is not that, it is always one's duty to stay in the company of the holy and serve them. Their spontaneous speech and discourses takes the form of spiritual instructions for the seekers of liberation. See, many of you will have the experience that when some talks, lectures go on, some people come and say, oh, you have responded to my question. But the teacher, but who is speaking, he does not know even. Is it not? Many times you have experienced that in the general talk, something going on, and someone, I have many times that experience, people say, oh, you have solved my big question. I do not know what is your question. And what did I say? I do not know. That means, not that me or any, it is when you talk about God, when some spiritual ideas come, naturally it helps us in our spiritual journey. So some great critical questions may also be solved if we go to holy company. And even their ordinary words sometimes bring some instruction for my personal growth and development. So that is the idea. The commonplace conversation of the holy people, whose minds are tranquil, whose hearts are unruffled, whose conduct is honest, who are bereft of attachment and aversion, and the like, are filled with such detachment and sweetness that by listening to them, the genuine seeker's heart cannot help but feel attracted to their extraordinary lives, which are radiant with the realization of the truth. By the influence of their divine life, the mind of the aspirant also turns away from the worldly desires and turns towards God. So this is the point that our Swami Sarvadevananda Maharaj, many of you have seen. Sometimes you go to his room, he's talking this, that. May not be always talking about God, spirituality, this, that. But many of your experience, you will agree with me, that when someone comes back, they found a great peace. Where the peace came from? He's talking of other things, but still he has his own peace inside. So that penetrates into our. And suppose if you put right questions and get positive response, how much benefit you will get. So this is the point he's talking about. Holy company has this so much gracious side that it will fulfill our questions, even they talk in some mundane way or speaking something. If you are attentive, you can get a message from their words, even not directly giving you instructions specifically, you or me, but their presence can satisfy our questions of the heart, and it may be a good guide for our spiritual growth. So, holy company in that way is very good.
In our society, we're in Los Angeles, not like in India where there's a church all over the place and it's all the same religion in a way. Around here, all these different religions. People come banging my door and trying to tell me that's crazy religions. And they were thinking,
But-
it's totally mad. What is holy company in the context of
Then-
spiritual communities of Los Angeles?
Yeah, no, if anyone comes to tell you the message, what is the message of your religion? And when they talk about that religion, you can get some ideas which matches with the eternal values.
But
That-
what is holy company?
That's that, yeah.
Elements of religion, is that all holy company or is that a lot of people that want each other?
Holy company is that if you can extract the holiness out of anything. But it may be reading book, it may be all other religious path. But we don't want to be digressed like 20 thoughts to again to be focused in meditation and prayer. That's why we follow one. But if you are a matured student, you can learn from anyone telling anything.
I was at the county fair a couple of weeks ago in Pomona, and I used to work there, but it used to be a nice fair, but it seemed sort of horrible the other day. It was full of zombies and warring things and computers, this whole new world, how to kill people on computers. And it was a day of madness.
No.
And I enjoyed the ice cream and a lot of stuff. I had a nice time, but I was leaving and I thought I didn't see one person who was even half awake. And there's an awful lot of people here. And this just isn't right because.
Yeah.
You know,
So you should not go.
Anyway, I was at the gate and this intuition said, turn around, go down that alley. And I went down this alley and a young woman was there and she was selling crystals. And I picked up a number of crystals. I picked up one and wow, I could feel the vibration of it. And then I got to talking and it just made the loveliest moment. And it just in the midst of all that madness. I mean, it was all fine for all the other people. You say you should find the holy company. And I did find it at the fair.
Real holiness is here. Real holy company is here. And real holy company is this wonderful books where you get the ideas, spiritual books, and not all types of spiritual books, but pure texts where there is no question of guiding us into world and worldliness in any way. There are many books mixed with little fun, little joy, makes it little sweet and tasty for the masses. But these are pure texts. There's no
There's
compromise.
so many books, and I'm still trying to find out the Atman. I mean, I know what it is, and
You have. What you have is enough. You can read, your whole life can be saturated if you go on reading all the Ramakrishna Vivekananda literature. Life of all the saints of the order, the women saints, men saints, householders who lived like that. And if you read the Saradamount, their president's life, their teachings, it's a enormous holy company is available. But to practice, more is about practice. And God will give us when it is sincere need comes, God supplies that. That is true. In our life it happens. But anyhow, we will have to be intelligent to practice this. Where to go, how much to receive, how much to reject. Huh? So we do that for everything. For spiritual life also we'll have to do that. For everything we do, we select, no? We eat. No, I will not take this, I will take this. Driving, no, I will not take this route, I will take that. Huh? For our dress, oh, I will use this dress today, that. Everywhere we have a choice. We use that. So in our spiritual life also, we will have to make a choice. What is beneficial for me? It may be my nature, my mood, which I can absorb. I cannot imitate others, but I can do in my way. But if the purpose is kept clear, I want holy company. I want to avoid unholy company. That unholy company simply which takes me forget God and takes the other way. And holy company is that wherever which boosts me and takes me in my own spiritual journey. So if we make a clear-cut Vedantic understanding about this, then whatever way, where you take it, you can choose. Even in your most busy, active life, you can be very peaceful and you can be having holy company. The most busy, active life, you can be having good holy company, and I am sitting here meditating and maybe making a bazaar. Bazaar means shopping place. Going here, going there, talking to how many people I talk in my meditation. And you think that you are coming out of meditation. So it is the mindset. So spirituality, that's why these books are very good. It does not keep any misconception about spirituality. Very sincere, very straightforward.
beautifully translated.
I do not know that, but the glory goes to many people who have not taken the credit, but it is all their glory. They have done it, typed it, edited it. This design is even they are done by some people, very good design. But billions of books are there. What is that? Okay, so we'll end today here. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishnarpanam Astu. So tomorrow will be gospel class, but tomorrow whoever can come.
Oh.
But it's on 23rd September, no? It's on 23rd September, right?